Salam. Quite often we are unable to connect correctly with Him as our mind is active. It is like troublemaker inside, jumping from one object to another, moving, shapeshifter. That's why we are not able to connect to that flow inside, to that right feeling inside, to that relaxation. Our mind focusing on pains, on feelings, uncomfortable thoughts and feelings, and on and on. It's going, moving, changing, shape-shifting. I do myself do Islamic prayer 5 times a day, just after I sitting to meditation like that, or I read Quran, or listen recitation like here in the background. But most often I just simply sitting to meditation like this. I finding most comfortable position, which is this way, on pillow. I sitting like on Buddhist pillow, and keep relaxing, keep instilling myself, observing whatever flowing in me, whatever appearing in me. Mind have this tendency to keep concentrating and focusing on mind, on its own content, its own past, traumas, feelings, emotions, thoughts, keep jumping from one of those to another, and on and on and on, making us unable to connect correctly, making us unable to relax with Him. To just sit, chill and relax and observe. When we are able to just chill out and relax completely and allow it and be still, be balanced inside, then suddenly we may be in the space of the mind and be able to trace any movement, observe any movement, any feeling, any emotion, any thought, any memory which will appear on the surface of the mind. At the beginning it will be just traffic of the thoughts, one after another. Your own mind will be talking to you like, I cannot relax, I am not still, I'm in pain, I'm in this, I'm in that, this hurts, that hurts, or will be thinking about daily things from the life. But the more you practice meditation, prayer, reading scriptures, fasting, now is great time for practicing religion, because we're going through Ramadan, 30 days fasting. So that spaciousness, that ability to relax, ability to look deeply within is much more than in normal, ordinary life.
يريد الله بكم اليسر ولا يريد بكم العسر ولتكملوا العدة
We can relax very deeply and observe our mind, whatever appearing. So through regular practice routine, you will teach yourself how to observe that mind, how to look at whatever appearing in your mind, whatever movements you got there. In this very way, that mind will be purified, that content of the mind will be slowly pacified. The less is there, the better you can relax, the better healing you can receive from all this practice, especially when you pray and meditate in the morning, when you just wake up, when mind is completely empty. You're fasting, it's empty, it's like switch on to another dimension, and when you perform prayer meditation is in the morning, then mind is quiet because nothing really get into motion there. It's easy to observe and feel all of that. And quite often you can sit to that meditation and prayer and you will feel that tranquility, that spaciousness, that really loving feeling inside, pleasant feeling. And if you are there, if you connect to that, then it is easy to trace movement of the mind, easy to observe and feel any trace and movement of the mind, any thought, feelings, emotion, memory, trauma, anything which appear in the surface of the mind, as well different kind of pains. Actually, if you are relaxed, then those things appear only from time to time. You are like creating gap between thoughts and all of this, all the emotions. You are able to relax in that spaciousness, that tranquility, and observe the mind. Whatever something appear, you will be able to trace that. You have struggle and trouble with relaxation, sitting like that. I suggesting this position because it is most easy, relaxful position. You can sit for hours like that. I tested many different ones. But sometimes you may just sit even in the chair or on the bed and suddenly you relax. So question needs to be set. Are we really doing that? In a way we do. We have to practice, we have to keep pursuing. But quite often it is happening without effort. You just do something or just suddenly come out of the car and suddenly look at the sky. The sky is so brilliantly still. You connected, you are in that meditation, or you are in the nature. There's something you catch your eye, it is so beautiful. You still. And quite often you may even sit to that meditation and you may not be able to achieve that. You may not be able to relax, not be able to be there. But definitely, the more you practice instilling that mind, the easier it will be. Easier will be observe those appearing things in the mind, thoughts, feelings, emotions. Easier it will be to relax and feel pain, feel this, feel that from that tranquil place. When you are there, then most likely that pain or whatever appear in your mind, those clouds, won't affect you, won't distract your meditation. You will be sitting there and observing that, feeling that. We're having problem with connection because we in a way disobey. We recorded that mind with many negative things. When that mind have like negative background, thinking negatively, feeling badly, you're feeling badly, your body aching, all of this, emotions, things like that. And when you have this mindset of that kind, you in a natural way and course won't want to meditate, won't want to relax. It will be almost sometimes impossible. It is like polluted, contaminated surface of the mind. When you keep practicing, you will slowly more and more relax, and you notice that you will be like under the protection of existence. Existence slowly will be like pacifying those creations of the mind to create. In order to relax, be loving, be peaceful, all this content of the past mind needs to be like pacified. It takes time. Sometimes this is instant when we are like address that root cause of that. Root cause of that, for example, can be deeply rooted unhappiness or even anger on existence, God, Allah, being unhappy from that reason. But all of this can be observed, whatever this appear, or some we may have in mind deeply rooted some kind of uneasy feeling, which will be with us entire life. Whatever you will do, you will have this in the background. That also during the meditation and prayer, persistent feeling of your mind, of your inner energy can be uprooted, can be felt, can be observed.
ومن كان مريضا أو على سفر فعدة
The more you
من
practice
أيام
of this
أخر
observation of that
يريد
mind
الله
energy
بكم اليسر ولا يريد
and
بكم
feeling, mind
العسر
feeling as well,
ولتكملوا
because
العدة
majority of this
ولتكملوا العدة
unhappiness or sorrow is
ولتكبروا
like
الله
recorded in that
على
energy, in
ما
that feeling
هداكم
of us.
ولعلكم
We carry those feelings
تشكرون
inside.
شهر
So when you
رمضان
keep practicing
الذي
observing and
أنزل
feeling
فيه
those
القرآن
feelings,
هدى للناس
you will
وبينات
be slowly,
من
slowly
الهدى
healing more and more.
والفرقان فمن شهد منكم الشهر فليصمه ومن كان مريضا أو على سفر فعدة من أيام أخر يريد الله بكم اليسر ولا
It's
يريد
going into
بكم
direction to
العسر
achieve that
ولتكملوا
stillness,
العدة
that tranquility of the mind.
ولتكملوا
In Islam they
العدة
saying taqwa,
ولتكبروا
taqwa of
الله
Allah.
على ما هداكم ولعلكم
The same happening during
تشكرون
Taraweeh.
شهر رمضان
People standing in
الذي
those rows,
أنزل
in this
فيه
congregation
القرآن
gathering,
هدى
many people,
للناس
and Quran is
وبينات
recited,
من الهدى
and people instilling
والفرقان
themselves, people
فمن
relaxing
شهد
to allow
منكم
that
الشهر
to pierce
فليصم
their hearts, their ruh,
ومن كان
their heart
مريضا
center,
أو على سفر فعدة
relaxing and
من
feeling that energy, those
أيام
feelings,
أخر
whatever appearing inside,
يريد الله
those
بكم
thoughts,
اليسر ولا يريد بكم العسر
anything, any of this
ولتكملوا
content of
العدة
you, content of the mind is
ولتكملوا
not really you.
العدة ولتكبروا
You are
الله
a transparent, loving
ولعلكم
being inside,
تشكرون شهر
that pure
رمضان
energy.
الذي
But quite
أنزل
often that
فيه
ruh, that
القرآن
energy
هدى
of that ruh is
للناس
contaminated with
وبينات
those thoughts,
من
those
الهدى
actions of the past,
والفرقان
those feelings,
فمن شهد
traumas,
منكم الشهر
which live,
فليصم
which living
ومن كان
in
مريضا
us in
أو
forms
على
of like
سفر
contaminated,
فعدة
corrupted energies
من
here and there.
أيام أخر
And
يريد
mind, that
الله
content of
بكم
the mind,
اليسر
non-stop
ولا
keep
يريد بكم
playing the same
العسر
record, the same
ولتكملوا العدة
vibration of
ولتكملوا
your
العدة
recording.
ولتكبروا الله على ما هداكم
If you
ولعلكم
manage to address this through
تشكرون
prayer,
شهر
meditation,
رمضان
you can
الذي
use many
أنزل
techniques really
فيه
for that.
القرآن
All of
هدى
those are methods and
للناس
techniques to
وبينات
instill your mind,
من
to
الهدى
improve quality of your
والفرقان
life,
فمن شهد
feelings, to
منكم
just relax,
الشهر
relax your
فليصم
nervous system.
ومن كان
If
مريضا
you
أو
manage
على
through
سفر
continuous routine
فعدة
practice
من أيام أخر
to clear that
يريد
space,
الله بكم اليسر
then your
ولا
life,
يريد
word and
بكم
reality will
العسر
be better and better.
ولتكملوا العدة ولتكبروا الله على ما هداكم ولعلكم تشكرون شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن هدى
Just like
للناس
I'm sitting in this
وبينات
very moment
من الهدى
and I
والفرقان
feel that energy inside.
فمن
I
شهد
focusing on that
منكم
slightly
الشهر
tingling
فليصم
energy. It is in
ومن
your palms
كان
of your
مريضا
fingers.
أو
It's
على
easiest to feel
سفر
that in
فعدة
palms of your
من
fingers when you
أيام
relax.
أخر
It is that
يريد
slightly
الله
tingling
بكم اليسر
energy,
ولا
slightly
يريد
felt in
بكم
your palms
العسر
of your fingers.
ولتكملوا العدة
But actually it is everywhere in your
ولتكملوا
body.
العدة ولتكبروا الله على ما هداكم ولعلكم تشكرون شهر رمضان الذي
You
أنزل
may call it
فيه
that your ruh,
القرآن
that your
هدى
soul.
للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان
If during
فمن
meditation
شهد
you sit and you
منكم
feel
الشهر
uncomfortable or you
فليصم
feel some pain, just
ومن
move,
كان مريضا
relax.
أو على
Always keep
سفر
that relaxation.
فعدة من أيام أخر يريد الله بكم اليسر ولا يريد بكم العسر ولتكملوا العدة ولتكملوا العدة
This is Sambuca,
ولتكبروا
by the
الله
way.
على ما هداكم
She
ولعلكم
sleeps with me
تشكرون شهر
and quite often
رمضان
meditate with me.
الذي أنزل فيه القرآن هدى
Whenever I sit
للناس
to meditation, she is
وبينات
very
من
interested in that.
الهدى
She's sitting
والفرقان
and looking, sometimes sniffing
فمن
things.
شهد
Or just
منكم
like now,
الشهر
just
فليصمه ومن
went
كان مريضا أو
full force
على
on me.
سفر فعدة من
She is very gentle
أيام
cat.
أخر
I've
يريد
got another one
الله
which is
بكم
not
اليسر
so gentle,
ولا يريد
but it
بكم
becoming more and
العسر
more gentle.
ولتكملوا
When we're giving
العدة
somebody love, either
ولتكملوا
this is human
العدة
or animal,
ولتكبروا الله على ما
his
هداكم
or her content,
ولعلكم
that
تشكرون
soul, that
شهر رمضان
body
الذي
will become
أنزل
more and
فيه
more softened.
القرآن هدى
And
للناس
in contrary, when we
وبينات
give somebody,
من الهدى
someone, to animal or
والفرقان
human, anger,
فمن شهد
those bad qualities,
منكم الشهر
force,
فليصمه
exploitation,
ومن كان مريضا أو
his, her
على
soul
سفر
will become corrupted,
فعدة
that ruh, that
من
space will be
أيام
recorded in
أخر
those feelings, emotions,
يريد
thoughts.
الله بكم اليسر
It's
ولا
very
يريد
unhealthy to be
بكم
in such an
العسر
environment, to
ولتكملوا
receiving such
العدة
energy, because we
ولتكملوا
have to
العدة
later on deal with that.
ولتكبروا الله
For
على
example, if
ما
we
هداكم ولعلكم
get job as a
تشكرون شهر
prison officer,
رمضان
we go into that
الذي
environment, hostile
أنزل
environment,
فيه
and we'll be
القرآن
exposed to
هدى
those
للناس
mental and physical
وبينات
attacks.
من
It
الهدى
is common that those
والفرقان
guys, those prison
فمن
officers,
شهد
quite often
منكم
developing different
الشهر
traumas,
فليصمه ومن كان مريضا أو
different
على سفر
mental state later on,
فعدة
because this is like
من
energetic attack, all
أيام
of that.
أخر
And
يريد
it can happen
الله
in daily
بكم
life,
اليسر ولا
really.
يريد بكم
You may go on
العسر
the street, go to
ولتكملوا
club, go to
العدة
somewhere, and suddenly something like that
ولتكملوا
happened.
العدة
And if we
ولتكبروا
have no that
الله على
spaciousness and
ما
understanding
هداكم
of inner core,
ولعلكم تشكرون
soul, that ruh,
شهر رمضان
that inner
الذي
energy,
أنزل
if we
فيه
don't know how to
القرآن
manage
هدى
that, how to reside
للناس
peacefully there,
وبينات
then
من
most likely
الهدى
during such an attack we won't
والفرقان
respond to that attack
فمن
correctly.
شهد
We
منكم
may be
الشهر
reactive, we may
فليصم
react with the same force,
ومن
with
كان
the same
مريضا
aggression,
أو على
with
سفر
unclean energy,
فعدة
which only will
من
that
أيام
will only
أخر
create more in us and
يريد
in somebody
الله
else
بكم
perhaps.
اليسر ولا يريد بكم العسر
But if
ولتكملوا
we have
العدة
that spaciousness and that
ولتكملوا
understanding, we learn
العدة
how to
ولتكبروا
respond,
الله على
and
ما
we reply
هداكم
peacefully, or
ولعلكم
even with
تشكرون
energetic,
شهر
clean force
رمضان
inside.
الذي أنزل
Then we
فيه
correcting somebody
القرآن
and we
هدى
correcting something in that
للناس
universe. We correcting
وبينات
something in us.
من الهدى
It's
والفرقان
always like a clash of energy
فمن
between
شهد
humans.
منكم الشهر فليصمه
It
ومن
depends what
كان
energy
مريضا
those
أو
humans
على
using.
سفر فعدة من أيام أخر يريد الله بكم اليسر ولا يريد بكم العسر ولتكملوا العدة ولتكملوا العدة
When human
ولتكبروا
energy is
الله على
contaminated,
ما
that ruh,
هداكم
that soul, that
ولعلكم تشكرون شهر
inner center,
رمضان
heart center
الذي
is contaminated,
أنزل
that
فيه
human being
القرآن هدى
have plenty of
للناس
negative
وبينات
feelings,
من
emotions and thoughts
الهدى
inside. He is
والفرقان
like possessed by Satan.
فمن شهد منكم
He is quite often
الشهر
like on
فليصم
autopilot. He got this
ومن كان
troublemaker in the mind.
مريضا أو على سفر فعدة من أيام
Healthy
أخر
human being
يريد الله بكم
with
اليسر
understanding,
ولا يريد بكم
awakened one,
العسر
will be
ولتكملوا
able to do
العدة
everything to just observe that
ولتكملوا
mind, to keep
العدة
observing that mind.
ولتكبروا الله على ما هداكم
In this very process
ولعلكم
of
تشكرون
observation, that mind
شهر
get
رمضان
purified
الذي أنزل فيه
by
القرآن
feeling that
هدى
and observing.
للناس وبينات من الهدى
You're
والفرقان
struggling to relax, you may
فمن
as well
شهد منكم
count
الشهر
up
فليصم
to 50, like
ومن
till you
الذي
like arrive to
أنزل
that
فيه
inner
القرآن
space.
هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان فمن شهد منكم الشهر فليصم ومن كان
That tranquility
مريضا أو على سفر
reside
فعدة
really in that
من
stillness, silence,
أيام أخر
when we
يريد
keep
الله بكم اليسر
being
ولا
active
يريد بكم العسر ولتكملوا
and our activity
العدة
is not purified,
ولتكملوا العدة
it may
ولتكبروا الله على
interfere with
ما
that
هداكم
silence.
ولعلكم تشكرون
We may talk
شهر
or we may
رمضان
do different
الذي
activities and we
أنزل
will be
فيه
not able
القرآن
to
هدى
relax in still,
للناس
to
وبينات من
relax to that
الهدى
stillness, to that tranquility.
والفرقان فمن شهد منكم الشهر فليصمه ومن كان مريضا أو على سفر فعدة من
But when you
أيام
sit still
أخر
like me now,
يريد الله بكم اليسر ولا
and you like
يريد
look
بكم
into that
العسر
stillness, into that silence,
ولتكملوا العدة ولتكبروا الله
you can
على
observe
ما
that,
هداكم
for example, there
ولعلكم
is some cloud there.
تشكرون
There is
شهر
something which
رمضان
trying to
الذي
cover that stillness,
أنزل
trying
فيه
to
القرآن هدى
interfere with that pure
للناس
energy inside.
وبينات من
All of this
الهدى
may be observed.
والفرقان
Any cloud,
فمن
any
شهد
passing thoughts,
منكم
emotions,
الشهر
feelings.
فليصمه ومن كان مريضا
It's
أو
easier to do
على سفر
that just in
فعدة
stillness, in
من
silence.
أيام أخر يريد
Focus your
الله
mind
بكم
on one thing.
اليسر ولا يريد بكم العسر ولتكملوا العدة ولتكبروا الله على ما هداكم ولعلكم
But this as
تشكرون
well, very, very
شهر
important
رمضان الذي
is to sleep well
أنزل
on
فيه
regular
القرآن هدى
times.
للناس وبينات
Give
من
yourself enough
الهدى
rest, because when your mind
والفرقان
is, when your body and
فمن
mind is
شهد
tired,
منكم
restless,
الشهر
when
فليصمه
you're not providing enough sleep to
ومن
that,
كان مريضا أو
the
على
ability
سفر
to concentrate,
فعدة
focus,
من
and simply
أيام
meditate
أخر
later on may be
يريد
distracted, may be
الله
even
بكم
not
اليسر
possible.
ولا يريد بكم العسر
So sleep is one of the major, most important
ولتكملوا
factors
العدة ولتكبروا الله
to
على
be
ما
well rested,
هداكم
and together after
ولعلكم
that be able
تشكرون
to meditate,
شهر
pray,
رمضان
pray correctly.
الذي أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى
All I am speaking is
والفرقان
just my own observation,
فمن شهد
my own
منكم الشهر فليصمه
experience,
ومن كان مريضا أو
my
على
own
سفر
tests on myself,
فعدة
what works, what
من
not.
أيام أخر يريد الله بكم اليسر ولا يريد
For
بكم
me,
العسر
those things works. For
العدة
you, something else may work.
ولتكملوا
You may
العدة
just connecting
ولتكبروا
through
الله على ما
reading
هداكم
scriptures,
ولعلكم
reading Bible,
تشكرون
reading Quran,
شهر
reading
رمضان
Bhagavad
الذي
Gita or Book of the
أنزل
Dead.
فيه
There is
القرآن
plenty of
هدى
religions, plenty of methods,
للناس
plenty of
وبينات
things you can reach
من
for.
الهدى والفرقان
All of them
فمن
really
شهد
bring
منكم
you to the same
الشهر
place inside.
فليصمه ومن كان مريضا أو على سفر فعدة من أيام أخر يريد الله بكم اليسر ولا يريد بكم العسر ولتكملوا العدة
Don't force your prayer, don't
ولتكملوا
force your
العدة
meditation, don't force your
ولتكبروا
relaxation.
الله على ما
When
هداكم
something is off
ولعلكم
or you just cannot
تشكرون
relax or
شهر
cannot
رمضان الذي أنزل
be
فيه
still, be
القرآن
balanced,
هدى
be
للناس وبينات
find that tranquil
من
space,
الهدى
because your body,
والفرقان
let's say, complaining, so
فمن
badly
شهد
complaining,
منكم
and
الشهر
give yourself rest.
فليصمه
Come back to this when you will
ومن
be more
كان
rested.
مريضا أو على سفر فعدة
Don't force by
من
sitting in
أيام
some
أخر
postures,
يريد الله
thinking you are
بكم
Buddha or
اليسر ولا
whatever.
يريد بكم
Don't force that.
العسر
That's not
ولتكملوا
the
العدة
way. The way is through really
ولتكملوا
relaxation,
العدة
through
ولتكبروا
that
الله
tranquility
على
to be
ما
this way.
هداكم ولعلكم تشكرون شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من
Keep
الهدى
coming to that
والفرقان
stillness, to that
فمن
meditation
شهد
prayer as
منكم
frequently as you
الشهر
can,
فليصمه
as your mind allowing you to
ومن
do this.
كان
The more you
مريضا أو
practice, the
على
more you will be
سفر
able to relax, more you
فعدة
will be able to
من
connect.
أيام أخر يريد
It's like
الله
training
بكم
muscles in the
اليسر
gym, to
ولا
train your
يريد
mind,
بكم
to
العسر
relax.
ولتكملوا العدة
And together with that, you will learn more and more what is you, what is not you, what is content of the mind, what can be observed, what flowing through you. You will be able to observe those clouds with Him. You will be able to know when it's time to meditate, pray, when it's time to stop.
ومن كان مريضا أو على سفر فعدة من أيام أخر يريد الله بكم اليسر ولا يريد بكم العسر ولتكملوا العدة ولتكبروا الله على ما هداكم ولعلكم
Those
تشكرون
practices simply like correcting the mind, structure, correcting the mind energy. When that mind and energy is peaceful, it's like a flat, still lake. You will be living great reality. Your reality will be peaceful. But when that mind is in mess, in commotion, is in chaos, anger, hatred, all of this flowing there, all those feelings, emotions of that kind, negative background, then you cannot live good life. It all depends how your mind is. If it's peaceful or if it's in chaos.
أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان فمن شهد منكم الشهر
I notice as well that during the Ramadan is a beautiful period of and time of the year, because it is really like strengthening your body. It is uncomfortable quite often. Quite often you will feel like you're dying through that fasting, a long fasting. But what is dying is your past content, is your weakness, is your ego, is that recording in the mind, that wrong, invalid recording in the mind. That is dying. And every time something like that is releasing in us, when we allowing this to be released, we functioning better and better. And during Ramadan, especially Ramadan, it is like forceful. All of this is like so forcefully squeezed in us. And in this very process, many things are released in a way, forceful way. But to be able to go through that process, you have to regularly pray, regularly meditate, regularly instill yourself. Just keep your mind in stillness, keep coming back to prayer, keep coming back to meditation, keep coming back to reading scriptures. And during the fasting, when you're experiencing, where you're feeling all the emotions, all the feelings which appear, that scream inside, I want eat, I want drink, I hate that feeling inside of me, this is uncomfortable, that all of this will be appearing in you. That's the moment to instill your mind, to go to prayer, meditation, to reading scriptures, to be in that stillness of the mind, to be able to observe this content of the mind which appear, this screaming, raging content of the mind. In this very process, when you allow yourself to release those, when Allah God releasing those in us, then we will be upgrading, we will be feeling better and better, stronger and stronger, more fluent and functional in the mind. Our reality will be more pleasant.
أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان فمن شهد
Looks like it's time for
منكم
me
الشهر
to finish.
فليصم
Salam alaikum.
ومن كان مريضا